Deep in the frozen heart of Kamsoka Mer, molten titanium screams under the crushing weight of hydraulic presses, birthing the skeletal frame of Russia's fifth-generation Predator. Sparks explode like wild lightning across the industrial cathedral where engineers forge the backbone of a machine created for air dominance. There is no softness here, only steel, fire, and the deafening rhythm of machinery shaping advanced composites into a fuselage built for war. The air reeks of ozone and burnt metal as massive jigs lock the central wing box into place, freezing the geometry of stealth and strength with brutal precision. This is not simple manufacturing, it is a violent ballet of heavy industry where raw materials are dragged, hammered, and carved into a weapon of pure intimidation. Hydraulic presses exert thousands of tons of pressure to shape the complex curves that will slip past enemy radar. Carbon fiber layers are applied with surgeon-level care, creating a skin tougher than steel yet light enough for sustained supersonic flight. Deeper in the foundry, internal bulkheads are machined to micrometer tolerances, ensuring the airframe can survive the violent G-forces of high-speed maneuvering. Overhead cranes swing massive fuselage sections through the dim hall, suspending the half-formed jet like a steel beast awaiting life. Titanium edges are smoothed by diamond-tipped cutters, preparing the surface for classified radar-absorbent coatings that define modern stealth warfare. Giant milling machines hollow out the engine bays where twin Saturn power plants will unleash their fury. Kilometers of shielded cables snake through the dark fuselage like veins carrying digital lifeblood. High-temperature alloys reinforce the engine sections to withstand the hellish heat of afterburners pushing the aircraft past the sound barrier. Internal weapon bays are carved deep into the belly to hide hypersonic missiles until the moment of launch, preserving its stealth profile. Grinders shower metal dust as intake ramps are sculpted to feed the turbines the enormous airflow they demand. The titanium pilot bathtub, an armored cocoon designed to survive shrapnel and fire, is lowered into the forward fuselage. Pneumatic drills bore thousands of holes for fasteners binding composite skin to titanium bone. Lasers scan every surface down to fractions of a millimeter, ensuring not a single flaw disrupts its radar signature. The twin Saturn L41F1 engines are hoisted into position, black metal hearts of the machine, capable of vectoring thrust to give the jet its physics-defying agility. Technicians secure cooling ducts around the hot zones to protect stealth coatings at Mach speeds. Heavy landing gear struts, built from solid steel, are assembled to withstand brutal landings on frozen runways. Inside the cockpit, the control stick, panoramic displays, and oxygen systems are installed, forming the human-machine interface that will command aerial destruction. The canopy frame is fitted with gold indium-coated glass, a transparent shield against the cold vacuum at altitude. Wings are bolted to the fuselage with massive fasteners built to endure 9G turns. Hydraulic actuators are pinned to the control surfaces, giving the aircraft the muscle needed for violent maneuvers. Weapon bay doors are hung and tested, snapping open and shut with predatory precision. Radar, infrared sensors, and electronic warfare modules fill the nose, forming the all-seeing brain of the stealth hunter. When the structure is complete, the jet stands cold and silent on its wheels, a 30-ton weapon waiting for ignition. Ground crews connect power, waking the digital nervous system. Hydraulics scream as surfaces twitch and come alive. The engines spool up, whining into a growling roar that shakes the concrete. Afterburners ignite, blasting blue rings of fire as the airframe trembles under raw thrust. Cleared for taxi, the beast rolls forward, its tires crushing the tarmac. On the runway, the throttle is pushed to military power. Then afterburner, the jet surges forward and lifts into the gray sky. High above the freezing clouds, it supercruises past the sound barrier without afterburner, then performs an intentional stall flip, snapping its nose back in a maneuver that breaks the expectations of aerodynamics. Radar locks onto a target drone, belly doors open, and a missile erupts into the sky, ending in a bright fireball. The cannon spits depleted uranium rounds, tearing through armored vehicles on the ground. The Kibini jammer floods the spectrum, blinding hostile radars. The jet drops to treetop level, tearing across the landscape at 600 knots before slamming onto a rough airstrip to prove its brutal landing gear. Back in the hangar, Engineers crawl over the smoking fuselage. They pull black box data, inspect coatings for heat damage, examine every rivet, and certify the airframe for combat. Stealth paint is reapplied. Sensors are recalibrated. The machine is officially accepted into service. Logistics crews then crate engines, pack avionics, load 30mm shells, and prepare spares for shipment. Wooden crates are hammered shut around sensitive electronics. Rail cars rumble outside, armored and ready to carry the fighter and its equipment across the frozen expanse to frontline bases. The factory never stops. As one jet rolls out, another titanium skeleton is clamped into the welding jig. Sparks explode again. New engines roar in the test cells. Composite panels cure under heat lamps. Technicians assemble helmet-mounted displays, load mission computers with classified threat libraries, and calibrate optical sensors capable of detecting an engine's heat signature from miles away. Riveters march down fresh fuselages, sealing the skin smooth for supersonic flight. Ejection seats slide into rails. Radar blockers are fitted into intakes. Every element from fuel lines to fiber optic bundles is installed with absolute precision. Quality inspectors sign off each step with the weight of national security behind their pen. Across the hall, completed jets are wrapped, padded, strapped, and lifted into specialized rail cars. Armed guards patrol the perimeter as the cargo train departs, carrying fresh machines of air dominance to operational squadrons. At their destination, ground crews unpack, assemble, fuel, test, and prepare the fighters for real missions. Pilots walk across the cold tarmac, helmets underarm, climbing into machines born from fire, steel, chemistry, and relentless industrial will. Inside Su-57, sparks continue to fly. The factory breathes smoke and heat as the next Su-57 begins its journey from raw metal to lethal sky predator. This is not theory, not concept art. It is the hard, dirty engineering reality of a superpower forging its sword one stealth fighter at a time. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe. Your support helps bring more epic military builds to life.